Hi, let's get it started. This is the project on grpc, Google Remote Procedural Call, and my deploying stuff. So I'm gonna show you that slowly. So I have a few projects, some in Java. This will be in the framework for the client, and the server side I have a Node.js, and on another server running a deep learning model. It's in a Python, and these are the resources, the file, the databases, and the protocol buffer. It's called a proto. So let me show you what does the protocol file looks like. So let me get into the proto. So yeah, this is the package name I define here, and it's a protocol buffer version 3, so proto 3. And I have three services. The entity resolution, so it's entity, finding domain, and finding the parser, like a exact parser. And in the entity, it gonna send the entity request, and domain is gonna send the domain request, and the parser gonna send the parser request, and the response return is gonna be the string. So entity response, domain response, and parser response, these are the functions. So I have an implementation of the functions. So entity request gonna send the descriptions and the query. So two input parameters, parameter 1, parameter 2. So I have a numberings as 1 and 2, so on. For the entity response, this gonna return the value, a string value, and just one value. So I just have a number 1. And if domain request, the input parameter is gonna be a user output, so it's a string, so just 1, and gonna return the string value. So I'm just gonna return one parameter, so I have 1. And same as like in parser request, the input gonna be user output, and the return is gonna be the string and just one values. So that's it in the protocol buffer file. So I need to compile this file and generate the respective machine codes, such as like in Java they will have some set of the classes, and in Python they have the classes, and in Node.js they have the same stuff. So let me go to the server. I host all the services in the server with the different port addresses, so I get connected there. So let me get into the respective directory. So source, and I need to activate my Conda environment. So it's ln NLP is the name of my environment. It's a Conda environment. So source, so it's in. So let me show you the hosting file. So yeah, these are the headers for the Python service, and I have two functions. One is run ln NLP with 2 parameters, as I shown you earlier, and let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so and within the functions I call the model over here. It's ln NLP model. So I just download this model, and then within the predictor.predict functions, there's a 2 parameter passes and the questions, and gonna return the response, and it's a dictionary. So I just need the base span string, one of the parameters in the dictionary. So gonna return as in string, so I parse it into the string. So another function, I have it run tf hub model. So in this model, like it's a sentence embedding model, I just use the TensorFlow hubs, and this is the sentence embedding model. So it's called a universal sentence encoder. So then I embed the model into the hub, TensorFlow hub dot module. This is a class, and then I send the parameters as an URL. So I have a few domains. This function will return the sentence embedding and the respective domain. So the certain domains such as sports domain, music domain, weather domain, conversation domain, and ending domain. So like based on the user input, like user's gonna input the sentence and gonna return which is more closer to among this domain. So I have some sports domain. You can declare many sentences like I like to watch NBA, I like basketball, I like sports. I would prefer sports to others, so this is a sports domain, but it's good to define many sentences. Just for the example, I'm showing you a few sentences so that like we'll have a good sentence embedding. So for the music, I have few sentences. For weather, I have few sentences. For conversations, so on. And I put all those sentences into this list like as a masses. So sports domain, music domain, weather domain, conversation domain, ending domain, and one more domain like a user response. But we're not gonna return user domain. It's just for the sentence embedding. I input this as a user response, so that I would get the embeddings from the user's input. So we need to find the sentence. We need to find the similarity of the user input within this 5 domains. Ending domain, ending as a bye, will catch you later, or like how you're gonna end the conversations. And in the conversation domain, like if you send, I'll show you the example later. Okay, so I create the TensorFlow session as in session. So I initialize the TensorFlow global variable, and I initialize the TensorFlow table initializers, and then I created the variable called message embedding. So I run the sessions with this parameter sentence similarity message encoding as a embedded similarity input placeholder as a string, and I have a shape as a none because it's just a sentence, so I didn't define the shapes. And in the feed dicts, I have a similarity input placeholders and the messages. So then we'll find the closest domain from the given input from the users and return the sentence domain. So which one is more closer to the user, so gonna return either the sports or music or the weather or the conversations or the ending domain. So I define the class called entity resolution. This is the machine generated class. So we don't create this thing, they generate this, so we just call it here. So I have 2 functions, one as a entity, one as a domain. So you see whatever I did it over here, like entity, domain, and parser. It's not the this one is not the Python services. This one is Node.js services. I'm gonna show you later. So we'll sort this model through this function called serve. So I define the threads, so you can define the maximum number of workers based on your requirement. And I have the local IP, the server IP with the port as an 8080 for this service. And then I'll start the, if I start the service, starting service is gonna be printed. That's it. So let me run. So yeah, I just run, so few seconds. Okay, yeah, starting service. So started hosting. So let me show you the node. Let me go to that directory. So yeah, it's over here. We call the protocol buffer file that was over here. Actually this one is in my local, but even in the server I have some specific path, but all the files gonna be the same in the server. So this is the protocol buffer file, I call it over here. And then in Node.js I import this as import in Node.js, like I call the require grpc because it's a Node.js. And then the main function is over here, and started hosting with the specific IP with different port over here. Earlier was 8080, so here it's like 8081. so you can put whatever you like. So let me host this. This will just do the parsing services. So yeah, it's hosted. So let me go to the client now. So client is in Java, two services in, one is in Python, one is in Node.js. So let me run this in the client. So client will ask you, what do you want to do today? So we have few set of domains. So based on those domains, we're gonna ask some questions. So what's the weather like today in New York? So once you send the response to the from the client, the in the server like the Python server, it's in the it's a deep learning model, it's a machine learning model. So like TensorFlow session is gonna be created, and then I have a 4 GPU, so it's gonna be pretty much faster. And like if you look here, you ask for what's the weather like today in New York. So you know it's in the weather domain. It's gonna find the domain, then you're gonna find the entity, and the entity was like New York, so we'll find you the name of the city and return you the temperature. Since I use the API, it's a open weather API, so we'll look into the API and send you the response. It's like minus 1.25 maximum and minus 3.25 as a minimum. It's pretty chill over there in New York. So then, hi, what would you like to do today? Say it like, I would like to play some music. Play the music Someone Like You by Adele. Oops, the typo. It doesn't matter. So yeah, first of all we'll find the domain from this engine. So yeah, after it finds, okay, let me go to the client. So yeah, you ask for the play the music Someone Like You by Adele. So we'll look for the name of the music. So the name of the music is Someone Like You and by Adele. And playing a song, the music Someone Like You for You by Adele. So it looks like it found the name of the song and found the artist, and then we'll go to the music API. I haven't done that API stuff for the music, so we'll look for the music API in the music library and then play back the songs. And now it asks for the like, what do you like to do today? Let's ask for the translation service. How do you say good morning in Chinese? So yeah, when I asked for how do you say good morning in Chinese, it predicted like I'm talking about the conversation, so he redirected me to the conversation domain. So he asked me 你叫什么名字? It means what is your name. So I would say my name is Jox. Oops, typo. Joxma. So we'll figure out your name. The entity is Joxma, and then the response gonna be Joxma is a beautiful name. Thank you. And he asks for what's my age, and I would say I am 26. So you ask for he asks your age and we'll figure out your age. You said you are 26. Sorry, I'm 26. So he'll return you the age, and he says you are still young. Yeah, if it's 26, he will say you are 26. If you are like under 19, it's gonna say you are still teenage, and respective stuff. So he asks you this thing, where are you from? And I would say like, I don't know what he said, so I don't understand. And if you say like Nilai Zenali is where are you from, so we'll tell you like this thing means where you from. Nilai Zenali is where are you from. So I would say I am from Singapore. So we'll figure out your address. So it finds the entity as in Singapore, and how is Singapore must be very beautiful, and the machine's gonna respond me like that. I'll say it like that. So he asked me something else again, so I don't know what does this mean, so let me say that I don't understand. So we'll tell you this thing is, what do you do these days? Just say I eat, sleep and play. So yeah, if you just say that, basically it doesn't do anything. So he asks you something else again. If you don't know what does he mean, just say I don't understand. We'll tell you, what's your hobbies? I play basketball. So he asks you something again you don't know. Say I don't understand, and he responds you telling this means what type of work do you do? So I do AI stuff. So still he asks you something. You are on the lesson 1, so in the lesson 1 he will like tell you what you do. So he asks you something you didn't know that, and he responds you, how are you today? Say I am pretty good. So yeah, after he responds, he's gonna ask you like, what do you like to do today? So you just want to translate something. Say it, how do I say, just say like, can you translate, right? Can you translate good morning in Chinese? So translating for you, yeah, good morning in Chinese is 早上好. So say it just says like, it just translates you for you straight away. Again, you can ask like, can you translate I'm hungry in Chinese? So translating for you, so I'm hungry in Chinese is 我很累. 我饿了, sorry, I'm hungry is like 我饿了. So say, what do you want to do? Can you, oops, D-R-A-N-S-L-A, can you how can you translate? I am very tired in Chinese. So it will tell you I'm very tired in Chinese is 我很累. So yeah, the character is kind of smaller, so it doesn't matter. Like, this is not for like chat application. It's gonna be conversation application. You'll have a speaker, you'll have a machine, you're gonna talk with him. Right now I'm just doing some typing stuff because I haven't implemented the ASR stuff. Like, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna show you and post a video on that as well later. Yeah, for now I'm just typing the stuff. So like, when you ask for the weather, what's the weather like today in New York, we'll find this city, and then we'll go to the API, find the weather, and will respond you telling the weather in New York. The maximum is gonna be minus 1.25 Fahrenheit. Sorry, it's gonna, I think it's a centigrade. Yeah, it's gonna say like minus 1.25 centigrade, and the minimum is gonna be minus 3.25 as a minimum temperature. So everything's gonna be a conversation. You're not gonna see the text. You're just gonna hear him or see her telling you the responses, and you're gonna be speaking. So that's it. So if you don't want to say anything, you can say like bye, and we'll end the conversation. So it exit. That's it. Thanks.